Hello guys, this is not a tarot video. I just want to talk to you guys, okay? Let's talk about men and relationships. Let's talk about the whole dynamics. I got a package. So I was opening my package and I decided I wanted to talk about this because somebody triggered me this morning. I talk to a ton of people I talk to a lot of baby mamas, I talk to a lot of girlfriends, a lot of husbands, a lot of baby fathers. I talk to a wide range of people. And what I see a lot of the times is the fact that women feel like they can't release a man or they can't release a relationship. And when they feel that way, they tend to blame it on another woman. They tend to blame it on somebody that he's dealing with. I ordered some shoes, y'all. I'm trying them on. Oh, these is cute. But, yeah, I'm making a video. Okay, she in her room. So I want to really talk to you guys. I want to trigger some thought out of you guys, because often it's like you guys are getting at whoever the new girl is, or it's just a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of hate towards another woman, and I'm trying to figure out why. I always get questions like, oh, what does this person have on me, and what is blah blah blah. Like, what you guys need to understand that it has nothing to do with you. If someone's cheating on you, then it is a result of their character. It has nothing to do with you lacking or anything like that. Or if someone has left you for someone else, that does not mean that the someone else is better than you. That just means that that person wanted something else, was looking for something different. The qualities that you had to offer them, they didn't want. We're not all looking for the same things out of life, love, and relationships. And then I have a lot of women who argue and fight a lot. I can't tell you how to manage your relationship or what kind of woman to be, but I can tell you this. If there's no peace in your home, there will be no peace in your heart. If you haven't created a safe place in your relationship, you can't expect for this relationship to last. If you have a man, and everybody is different, but women tend to think, because nowadays women are the breadwinners, women doing their thing, they educated, while men are out there nickel and diamond hustling. And I'm not saying all men, but I'm just saying, you tend to think, oh, because I'm handling business, or this is my house, or this is whatever, I can talk to this man however I want to talk to him. You can't talk to a man however you want to talk to them. Just like a man can't talk to you however he wants to talk to you. Because if your man came in the house like, a B word, cook me some dinner, a tramp, a skank, go do this, just because he has the money, or just because whatever, you gonna leave that situation, or you gonna feel less than in that situation. And when you find it out, you're gonna take that out. So that's the same as you telling somebody constantly, this is my house, you can leave, you ain't shit, you ain't, like, all that nonsense y'all be talking, making people feel like they're not valued, not appreciated. And then y'all sit up here and y'all book these readings and y'all start to ask, well, what's the problem in our relationship? Well, bitch, you just told him that he ain't shit and he can get out of your house. And so that's what he did. He went somewhere where he felt more stable or more secure. And I'm not calling y'all bitches, but I'm just speaking. I'm telling you guys, because like I said, I hear this a lot, and I never had to deal with situations like that until recently, where I got a man who got a baby mama, and so I had to kind of deal with the drama and things like that. I never had a woman like personally attack me or try to come for me over a man. I really feel like that's nonsense, because again, If you run a woman off, you can't run me off, baby. You can't run me off. But if you run a woman off, that does not mean that someone is going to be with you. Because if he don't fuck with you like that, he don't fuck with you like that. It has nothing to do with the other person. It has something to do with the connection you guys share. And it doesn't mean that you're not shit. It doesn't mean that you're never going to find someone or find love. It just means that this is not your person. And the issue is we try to hang on and cling to these relationships that are not meant for us. And that's how we end up getting hurt. That's how we end up being broken. That's how we end up being stagnant. That's how we end up dead, because we're trying to hang on to stuff. I know a lot of women, and I'm not knocking anyone, but I don't do it. I don't do love spells. I don't do attraction. I don't do all of that stuff. My stuff is organic. But I know a lot of women who does that. And my question is always the same. So you attract this person to you, and then what? I've had a person tell me, I just want him to give me a chance to love him. You need love too. So you fighting and you're doing all this work for the bare minimum when there's somebody out there who's going to love and worship the ground you walk on. For example, his baby mama clearly didn't appreciate him. Clearly didn't appreciate him. I'm not going to get into all their business. I'm not going to run down, anything that was told to me in confidence, but she clearly didn't appreciate him. I worship the fucking ground he walk on. And that's just because that's the kind of woman I am when it comes to my relationship and when it comes to my man. It's a completely different dynamic over here in our home than it was over there. I'm not telling you to be a doormat for nobody. I'm not one. I'm not telling you to go against your morals, but I'm telling you to heal your own heart in order for you to find love, in order for you to find your person, in order for things to start working out for you. Because if you are doing love spells, if you are constantly worried about why somebody is not with you, why aren't you good enough, what the other woman has on you or has that you don't, then you need to heal. Because I could tell you this. Her PUSSY could be made of gold, but she ain't got nothing on you. She don't have nothing on you. That's what y'all don't understand. People used to be like, don't get me wrong, I'm fine. I'm fine as wine. But I feel like I'm fine because I have the self-confidence. I feel like I'm fine because I've healed myself for the most part, because I'm not perfect. I still got a lot of healing to do, because I got some healing to do. But you have to build a certain level of confidence and know what you're worth. And you have to set boundaries. And a lot of people don't do that. And that's why you're questioning your self-worth based on the actions of a man. How do that sound? You feel like your value is lowered because of what this man do or what this man did. You go to work, you go to school, you go to whatever you're doing. You hustling, you're struggling, you're taking care of your business, you're making sure your family does not miss a meal. You doing everything you can do. But then you look in the mirror and you feel like you're not shit because he's with another woman. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. People come and go. Some connections don't last. You get stuck in this cycle of toxicity. You get stuck in this cycle of negativity when you are not healed. I took 3 years off to heal because, I've went over my very extremely traumatic relationship before. But I took 3 years off. Some people are scared to be alone. You have to be alone. You have to find yourself. You have to figure out who you are, because your identity should not be wrapped up in a man and what he thinks of you. It shouldn't happen like that. And then a lot of women have to relinquish control. What you don't understand, I'm not going to get in all this like nature versus nurture. I'm not going to get into everything like that. But what you don't understand is at the end of the day, a man needs to be able to be a man. A man needs to be able to be the head of his household. Even if this is a passive aggressive man, a man needs to feel valued. Okay? I'm not perfect. I don't have the book on men, relationships, and all of that stuff. Okay, I'm I'm not gonna say I'm learning because I'm close to perfect. No, but I'm not gonna say I don't have all the answers. But what I will say is certain things you can't do, or you should expect a certain reaction. You should expect it. If you've been seeing all these red flags in the beginning of your relationship, then why are you going to have a baby now with this child or with this person? Or are you going to have a baby with this person when he been beating on you, or he been doing this, or he been doing that? I mean, this is not your person. He likes to fight you. He likes to fight women. So obviously he needs to be in a relationship with a mixed martial artist. You are not a mixed martial artist. You know what I mean? You can't change anyone. All you can do is change yourself. All you can do is change your perception. All you can do is change your sense of self-worth. I hate that people hold on to these toxic relationships. And I say this, what reminded me of this is because with this particular woman, I felt like I felt bad for her in the beginning. I felt extremely bad for her because I'm like, they lived in two different states for a very long time. Like they weren't actually physically together. But she waited on him. So she waited on him. You have the audacity to walk up to a woman in the street and tell her that you feel like you're her soulmate. You have the audacity to meet somebody and want to marry them immediately. You have the audacity to fall in love with someone else while I've been waiting on you for years on top of years. Not saying she's innocent, because she's not. But again, it's not about her. But I feel for her because I get it. I feel her pain. But at the same time, a woman can feel your pain. That does not mean they're going to turn their back on their blessing, because obviously your relationship didn't work out. Obviously, you guys were not compatible, especially if you guys were in separation for a decade. Obviously, things weren't um, going to work out. But I'm a woman and I've been in long relationships and I've held out hope for long relationships. So I'm going to always feel for a woman. But at what point do you say, I'm not going to waste any more of my time? I'm going to leave this situation alone. I'm going to find my happiness and I'm going to find my peace. And women feel like if I accept this man lying to me, if I accept this man cheating on me, if I accept this man beating my ass, if I accept this man's side babies, and I accept his A, B, C, and D, then things are going to work out in my favor. Then he's going to see how much I love him. Love is never measured by how much shit you can take. The only thing that's happening when you're taking all this is that you are pushing the boundaries way, way back. You guys are taking away the boundaries, and you are showing this person that they can continue to trash you. They can continue to do whatever the hell they want to do to you, and you're going to stay in that situation. With this particular situation that I'm talking about, and of course I would never name names, I had noticed that this man, they were in separation. They weren't in the same physical states almost ever. And he had been in other relationships. And I noticed that in these other relationships, she would do the same thing. She would go on social media and she would argue with these women. She would have a commenting war. I saw some comments and it's like, I know that I saw some comments and it's like one chick is like, oh baby, you so sexy, I miss you, some. And then she gets on there like, yeah baby, you're my baby, I love you, you're yada yada yada. And then the other chick get on there and comment, oh, they just going back and forth competing for this man's attention. That's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. That is the lowest shit I've ever seen in my life. I hope y'all ain't doing stuff like that. I really hope y'all not. Have more pride and have more self-worth than that. Have more pride. Love yourself more than that. Understand your worth more than that. Y'all be fighting for, oh, I'm gonna get married to this person. All I want is a marriage, or all I want is a baby. All I want. Well, what comes next, baby? Let's say you have a baby by the person by your crush, or by the person who's treating you like shit. Let's say you get pregnant, and let's say you do have his baby. Then what? Because if he was treating you like shit before the baby, then 9 times out of 10, he's going to treat you like shit after the baby. Let's say you marry this man who has been cheating on you religiously, who has brought in other children, who has, done whatever wrong to you. Let's say you marry him. You got that paper, right? Then what? If you don't have a connection, you don't have a connection. I hear women saying, I just want him in my home. I just want him to come to me. And then what? And then you guys are going to argue and fight. And then you guys are going to create so much chaos and so much drama for the children that you guys have together. I want to know, then what? See, in my previous relationships, if you guys scroll under videos, you will see the video where I talked about my previous relationship. It's called, the video is called like Let It Go or something. I've been in some situations, but I've dealt with people who suffer from mental illness. So infidelity was the last thing on my mind. Not only that, I'm a free spirit. That's all I'm going to say. Infidelity is always the last thing on my mind. I want to know where your mind at. I want to make sure your mental health is in check. I want to make sure you're okay physically and emotionally. That's what I always want to make sure of. The next female or the next male or whoever you're dealing with, that's never, ever on my mind. So I'm new to this experience. I'm new to this kind of stuff. So I want to ask you guys, you get this man, you have his child, then what? You marry him, then what? You bring him in your home, then what? What? Because your spirit is unsettled, you're unhappy, you feel burdened, and you feel bitter. So what's next? Do you feel like having that person there is not going to be a trigger for you? Do you feel like things are going to be all good once that person gets in there? Do you feel like their behavior is going to change just because you held them hostage in your home, or because they came there? Do you feel like their behavior is going to change? Like, tell me in the comments, then what? You could even inbox me. The question is, then what? What's next? Because I don't understand arguing over no man or no woman. I don't understand none of the stuff that be going on. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you put yourself down over these hoes. I don't understand none of that. So I want to know your perspective. I want to know women and men's perspective. And the question is, then what? You get what you want, then what? Because there's no foundation. Or do you feel like after years of conflict, fighting, doing whatever the heck y'all doing, you can then build a foundation? That's nearly impossible. So my question to you guys is, then what? What's up? Best answer gets a free tarot card reading. Best answer in the comments, not in my inbox. We'll get a free tarot card reading.